The Logitech G402 Hyperion Fury is a right-handed optical gaming mouse that retails relatively cheaply when compared to Logitech's high-end models. As always, the links to this mouse are in the description. This in-depth review will cover what I like and what I dislike about the mouse. Stay tuned to find out. The Logitech G402 is a right-handed mouse and features a somewhat unique shape when compared to traditional ergonomic mice. When compared to the G403, the G402 is longer and thinner. The grooves on the side are slanted inwards, which makes the mouse feel somewhat similar to ambidextrous mice. As someone who prefers the feel of ambidextrous shaped mice, I quite enjoy the shape of the G402, but it won't be for everyone. The side grips are made out of rubber, and the right side has additional grooves, which makes it easy to grip securely. I also have relatively big hands at 20 by 10.5 cm, and so the elongated shape fits me well. It's worth noting, however, that the back of the mouse isn't very wide, which causes my palm to be more closed than usual when gripping the mouse. I did find that this reduces my range of motion slightly, and it could cause you some discomfort if you have wide hands, so keep that in mind. Nevertheless, my preferred playstyle is claw grip, and the G402 works really well for this, having great grip and plenty of wiggle room. Fingertip is fine too, and I can also palm grip, but I have to angle my hand differently, and it isn't very comfortable. I'd say this mouse is better suited for claw grip. The mouse weighs in at roughly 102 grams without the cable, which is relatively light and nice to see. On the base we have the mouse feet, which allows the mouse to glide smoothly. Pushing down on the mouse doesn't scratch my mousepad, and the glide isn't too loud. The G402's sensor is secured in place tightly, eliminating the risk of sensor rattle. However, there is a small bit of rattle with the scroll wheel and the additional side buttons. Fortunately, this doesn't affect performance. The mouse shell feels really solid, and the overall feel of the mouse has a decent quality. It has a 2-meter rubber cable, which I found to be just about right. It isn't too stiff, and it doesn't get caught on things. However, I do use a mouse bungee, which I always recommend unless wireless is your style. By the way, if you're enjoying this review so far, please consider liking this video and subscribing to the channel. I need your support to get this channel off the ground, and that would be really helpful. But only subscribe if you like what you see. The G402 Hyperion Fury features 8 buttons, including the scroll wheel, the left and right click, 2 side buttons on the left side of the mouse, a sniper button, as well as 2 additional buttons next to the left click. This mouse uses on-run switches for the left and right click, which are rated at 20 million clicks. Here is a quick sound test. The left and right click are responsive and provide crisp feedback. For me, these feel just about right. The side buttons feel great, providing soft feedback and not too much travel distance. The sniper button provides soft feedback, and with how I grip the mouse, I never accidentally pressed it. If you place your hand further forward, you might have an issue, but you can just angle your thumb further back or disable the button in the software. The additional buttons next to the left click are set to adjust the DPI by default, but this can be changed in the software. I accidentally hit these once or twice when I first used the mouse, but I quickly became aware of this and stopped doing it. These buttons can also be disabled if it becomes a problem. The scroll wheel requires the most force to click. I would prefer it if it was slightly lighter to press, but it isn't a big deal. The scrolling is a little loud and it has very distinctive steps, though it isn't very smooth. The official software is Logitech Gaming software, which you can download via Logitech's official website. You can store profiles on the G402's onboard memory or on the computer and have them activate depending on what game you have open. You can reprogram the buttons, assign in shortcuts, keystrokes and macros. You can also adjust the DPI and the polling rate. You can also change the brightness of the Logitech Gaming logo, turn it off completely, or switch between a breathing and a static effect. The Fusion Settings tab brings us onto the sensor performance. The Logitech G402 Hyperion Fury uses the AM010 optical sensor, combined with an accelerometer to exceed the sensor's max tracking speed. Typically, the sensor will usually malfunction at roughly 2.7 meters per second, but with the accelerometer, this is raised to about 10.6 meters or 420 inches. This can be toggled in the Fusion Settings tab, where it also tracks how fast you are moving the mouse. With that said, I find that the sensor accuracy is better with the Fusion engine turned off. I don't know exactly what Logitech is doing with the G402, but the Fusion engine makes the sensor feel inaccurate, perhaps adding additional latency and smoothing. As soon as I turn it off, I immediately start aiming better, but then I am limited to the 2.7 meters per second. With the Fusion engine activated, it does okay in acceleration tests. It isn't perfect, as there are minor inaccuracies at high speeds. It has polling rate options of 125 to 1000 Hz, but there is no surface tuning and you can't adjust the lift-off distance. The lift-off distance is somewhere between 1 and 2 DVDs, and you can adjust the DPI from 240 to 4000 in increments of 80. My testing was done at 400 DPI and on a dark mousepad for best results. All in all, this sensor gets the job done and I don't mind playing with it. To conclude this review, the G402 is a good mouse. The packaging suggests this mouse is ideal for first-person shooters, and while I can play with it, I think that there are better options in regards to performance within this price range. With that said, Logitech mice rarely have defects, as the build quality and materials are good. In this case, the buttons feel great and the sensor performance is okay, though not perfect. If you require more than 8 buttons, a better sensor, or RGB lighting, then you should probably look at some other mice. If that isn't a big deal, then the G402 could be the mouse for you. I hope this review has helped you. If you plan on buying this mouse and want to help support the channel, I have put Amazon links in the description below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and share this video with those who may be interested. This has been JoshTechBytes. Thank you for watching.